You have to push from the start to the finish.
And I'm getting closer and closer. It's like so tight.
And it really pushes our pace.
What did you do on this stage to gain so much time?
It's basically like finished same point. To get this close on such a race, at the end it's like so tight.
All charge, all gas, mate. Don't even think about it.
It was all on the line and it came down to 0.09 of a second.
We're so close, almost, even.
So stressful, like my nerves were rattled. Yeah, I was just freaking out.
It's always tricky when you're the one being hunted. Now it's the other way around. It was a real surprise for me because I did not look at the time and I thought I was quite like far away.
Welcome back to round 3 of our UCI Enduro and E-Enduro World Cup series. We're here in the one, the only, the spectacular Leogang, Austria. After a cheeky few weeks breaks, our riders have had a chance to relax and recover before we get stuck into round 3 here in Leogang, Austria. The stages look spectacular and the scenery is absolutely stunning. Let's go and check out the course and see what our riders have in store. Riders will catch a gondola, then traverse across to Saalbach, where stage 1 will be a fast and treacherous stage to kick off our racing. Stage 2, X-Line, will find our longest stage of the day, 3.6 kilometres and over 800 vertical metres of descending. Riders liaise to Leogang for stage 3, a 1.6 kilometre technical and slippery trail that drops over 320 vertical metres. Stage 4 brings our riders to the top of the Leogang bike park for Hangman. Stage 5 is 1.1 kilometres and 200 vertical metres of descent. Our 6th and final stage is Bongo Bongo. It descends down through the Leogang bike park and mirrors our downhill racecourse. As our elite athletes rolled out of the start gate to begin a huge day of racing, the moody Austrian mountains awaited. No rest for the wicked, a huge liaison to start the day and to take them to stage 1. After overnight rain, stage 1 was greasy. Riders would have to look for grip wherever it could be found. Harnden started the day on the back foot. She struggled to calm the nerves and keep the flow on the first stage of the day. Chased down by Isabeau Courdurier, she takes 4th place to start. Bex Barona takes her best stage result of the season so far with 3rd place. Ella Connolly, despite not getting any bike time since the last round in Bielsko-Biala due to illness, was off to a flying start and took 2nd place with a smile. Isabeau Courdurier seated just after Hattie Harnden and had the close timings of Bielsko-Biala in her mind as she chased Harnden down. She took the first stage win of the day. After stage 1, Courdurier sits with a comfortable 13-second lead ahead of Connolly. Morgan Shah is hot on the heels for 4th place Harnden as they are just under a second apart.
It was tough and terrible for me. I crashed 2 times and it was like so tough to hold on to the bars.
Wow, that was some questionable riding. Real sketchy. So much braking and like letting it go is so wild.
Got to get that one out of the way because I was scared of dropping into that one. Pretty greasy, eh? But yeah, we made it.
Kicking off the elite men's race day, drama was here from the get-go. Fan favourite Jack Moyer suffered a puncture at the very top of the first stage of the day, resulting in a 73rd position. Jesse Melamed would face a deja vu moment from the stage Bergstart last year here in Leogang as he suffered a crash, but still pulled to 11th place. Alex Rudeau finishes the stage in 4th, just behind Slavomir Lukasic, who took 3rd. Richie Rude was not hanging around as he charged into 2nd place, just 2 seconds off the stage win. And despite struggling with the physicality of the stage, Charlie Murray would take the stage win. Times are tight in the men's race as the top 9 contenders after stage 1 sit within 10 seconds of each other. Murray has a 2-second lead ahead of Rude.
I was not ready for this. So greasy, so slippery.
And you're just kind of
tiptoeing and hanging on for dear life.
There was a small crash or so at the end of the route. Whole upper body's pretty smoked right now. Pretty greasy up there, but actually better conditions than I expected. That was one of the worst ones.
Stage 2 was the longest and most diverse stage of the day. Despite a crash on the second stage, Ella Connolly would take a 4th place on the stage, just ahead of Adrian Lanthier-Nadeau, who took 5th. Isabeau Courdurier 3rd, and Morgan Shah got stuck right in and finished 2nd on the stage. But it would be Harnden seemingly recovered from the nerves at the start of the day and took her first stage win. Despite being 6 seconds back from Harnden on stage 2, Isabeau remains in the lead by 13 seconds. Morgan Shah has climbed to 3rd place, with Connolly just behind her in 4th.
Better than stage 1, less slippery, but the bridges and the routes, like, it's so technical. Like,
I'm trying to find the flow and the pace, but honestly it's difficult.
After the physicality of stage 1, Charlie Murray would struggle on stage 2 and finish with a 6th place. Frenchman Alex Rude felt right at home with the technicality of the stage and managed to grab 3rd. Jack Moyer would ride with a fire in his belly from the mechanical on stage 1 and takes a 2nd place on the stage. But Richie Rude did what Richie Rude does best and takes home the stage 2 victory. With the success of stage 2, Richie Rude now sits on the top spot with Charlie Murray just under 2 seconds behind. Lukasic remains in 3rd with Alex Rudeau in 4th.
Crazy physical and really sketchy.
I was pretty safe, but made it down in 1 piece.
As the riders made their way to the 3rd stage of the day, so would the rain clouds. An already technical stage would be made even more unpredictable with the added moisture. Morgan Shah, caught out in the changing of the weather, would have to settle for a 6th place on the stage. In 4th place, we have Cannondale's Ella Connolly. Bex Barona finishes the stage in 3rd, followed by Hattie Harnden, who puts 6 seconds into Barona and takes 2nd. But the unstoppable Isabeau Courdurier, despite 2 crashes, backs up her win on stage 1 with another top step on stage 3. The overall has little movement after stage 3, with Isabeau extending her commanding lead as she is 20 seconds ahead of the 2nd placed Hattie Harnden. Shah remains in 3rd place, followed by Connolly in 4th. Melamed's day went from bad to worse as he suffered another crash on stage 3, finishing 16th on the stage. Charlie Murray seemed to be flagging behind. He ended the stage in 5th place, behind Italy's Mirko Vendemmia, who took 4th. The YETI Fox Bash Brothers duo of Rude and Lukasic takes up 3rd and 2nd place respectively, but it was Commensal's Alex Rudeau seeming to thrive in the wet and wild conditions and takes the stage 3 victory. The overall for the day has some moving and shaking, with Richie Rude keeping his top spot, but Lukasic would now follow just over 4 seconds back. Rudeau overtakes Murray as they take the 3rd and 4th spot. Morgan, 3 stages down, you got caught in the storm heading into stage 3.
Yeah, it rained a lot just when we were like going to stage 3. So yeah, it made it like ice, like so slippery.
Yeah, a bit of drama for me. I crashed 2 times in this one and then I was completely losing confidence. So hopefully I can turn it back on for stage 3 or 4.
sketchy is 3 out of the way, so I'm quite looking forward to the afternoon, to be honest.
Big 3 physical stages to start, now much higher speed for the final 3 stages. What do you need to focus on to bring this home?
Just continue to push and stay focused on some crew section, and yeah, we will see at the end.
Riders would have 2 more stages to get into the best position possible before reseeding on the final stage. With the win all to play for, these would be crucial stages to make the time count. Stage 4 brought less technicality and higher speeds for our elite athletes. Ella Connolly would take another 4th place, followed by Hattie Harnden in 3rd. Morgan Shah takes second place with Courdurier taking yet another stage win. Stage 5, Harnden would leave with a 4th place finish on the stage. But it was an all-French 1-2-3 with Melanie Poujin throwing her name in the ring by taking 3rd place, followed by Shah, and another win for Courdurier. Heading into the final stage of the day, our standings are looking like this. Isabeau Courdurier sits in a familiar spot in 1st place, followed by Harnden, Shah and Connolly. Despite a huge crash from Slavomir Lukasic, he still rallies to finish 9th place on stage 4. Alex Rude, determined to keep his name in the mix, takes 3rd. And Rude and Murray now sit 0.48 of a second apart, with Murray ahead taking another stage win. Lukasic, managing to recover after a crash on stage 4, takes 3rd place on stage 5, behind his teammate Rude. But Rudo gave it his all to set his place on the final stage. On stage 5, he takes his 2nd stage win of the day. Richie Rude has a 7-second lead over Alex Rudeau as they take the 1 and 2 spots, followed by Charlie Murray, who is just over 10 seconds behind Rude. Lukasic is 3 seconds behind Murray, 4th place. The racing has been electric to start the day here in Leogang, Austria. There's plenty more to come. We're going to take a break and we'll see you shortly. Hello? Fancy seeing you here. Well, our elite athletes are out on course right now, headed to the final stage. But earlier in the week, we had a chance to catch up with some of our emerging and rising stars from the season so far.
My name is Hanna Steinthaler. I'm 26 years old.
My name is Mirko. I'm 25 years old.
Jack Menzies. I'm 22.
Chloe Taylor, I'm 25.
I would say my riding style is pretty stable, maybe sometimes too safe. I have to work on getting a bit loose.
Light on the bike and to not push too much.
I'm still trying to figure out my own style, but whatever it is, go fast.
So I like the jumps, going fast, and then tight, twisty, awkward. I've got better at that over the years.
Jesse is a rider as a Canadian that you look up to a lot, and he was kind of the first Canadian enduro rider to make it big. He's definitely an inspiration, and I'm super fortunate to ride with him.
Isabeau, she's so grounded, such a strong and consistent rider. It's insane.
Jared Graves inspired very a lot. His riding style was really good, and I like it so much.
I guess like Isa's consistency is like insane. Mentally to be that strong is cool.
Main goal is to not put too much pressure on me. I just want to go fast and have a good time.
I hope to keep this level. Now I'm 5th in the championship.
For sure, I want to break into that top 5 and hopefully onto the podium at some point.
I'm trying not to put too much pressure on myself. To stay up there would be sick. I don't want to put a number to it because I already put enough pressure on myself as it is. So to be in the top 10 in the overall I'd be stoked with. Just like believing myself really, because now I've got that result, there's no reason not to.
The earlier storm clouds have subsided as the Group A seeded elite athletes waited nervously. With reseeding, riders now know exactly where they are placed in the standings, and with only 1.1 kilometres of racing left to make an impact, the final stage, Bongo Bongo, awaited.
This one it's quite short, but it's quite picky with lots of fruits and a lot going on.
I'm already farther back than I want to be, so same approach, go fast, and hopefully I don't make a 6x6 on crashing.
I'm just going to try and look up and find some flow.
It's just going to be pedaling, trying to not lose any time.
It's tricky, you can go fast, but on some section I expect it to be still wet.
This is another like techie bike park one, so I think you can push quite hard and kind of be up there.
Yeah, you just got to be on pace straight away, so fingers crossed.
Harnden, known for her skills on the longer and physical days, lived up to the expectation and finished 3rd on stage 6. After a nearly perfect day from Courdurier, winning 4 out of 5 stages so far, she relented to fellow Frenchwoman Morgan Shah, who took the final stage win of the day in the same place she claimed the Downhill World Championship win in 2012. So the final results we've all been waiting for after an impressive start to the day. A crash on stage 2 would have Ella Connolly finished just shy of the podium in 4th place. Despite taking the last stage win, Shah could not best Handen for 2nd place. She takes 3rd. Handen stayed unfaulted and kept for 2nd place as she had since stage 2. But it would be Isabeau Courdurier that would live up to all expectations and follow up her win from Bielsko-Biala with an impressive 37-second victory.
I'm just, really happy to be back on the podium. It's been a while since last year, so feels good.
Isa was on a whole nother level to the rest of us, which is super cool to see, and I'm just gonna need to ride a bit faster.
I'm super happy I had such a good day.
The drama set from stage 1 would continue down to the very last stage. Charlie Murray suffers a huge crash within seconds of the final stage. He continued on, but 2 more massive crashes in the finish arena would leave him in 67th for the stage. Alex Rude fired up from reseeding and a stage of victory, battled down the stage with precision and takes 3rd place. Jack Moyer persevered despite the flat on stage 1 and takes home a respectable 2nd place on stage 6. Jesse Melamed returns with a fire in his belly and takes his first stage win after crashing on the first 5 stages of the day. Richie Rude drops in last for the final stage of the day with a comfortable 7-second lead, claiming 5th place on stage 6. This would be enough to claim his 2nd victory of the 2024 UCI Enduro World Cup season here in Leogang, Austria. After a hectic final stage, the final results are in and they look like this. Charlie Murray drops to 8th place after a drama-filled final stage. Melamed moves up to 6th and Lukasic claims the 3rd place position, just behind Alex Rude in 2nd. Richie Rude claims his 2nd win of the season by just over 7 seconds.
Oh, I'm pretty happy, and it's first free spot for me on the E-EDR races.
It was a good battle. It's good to be back on the podium also. It's been a long time since last year, so I'm really happy about it.
You never know, starting the season, how you're going to be, and then having two good first races, and then coming to this race, wasn't sure how I was feeling, but started strong, and it's definitely good for the confidence for that.
Our overall championship standings look like this. Isabeau leads, followed by Harriet Handen and Ella Connolly as they keep their positions from round 2. Richie Rude takes the overall lead from Charlie Murray as Murray drops to 2nd, and Slavomir Lukasic is comfortably in 3rd. Wow, what a day of racing here in Leogang. Times were tight and the racing was as exciting as ever, but stay tuned because we have all the action coming up for our UCI E-Enduro World Cup. Loop 1 of our UCI E-Enduro World Cup here in Saalfelden Leogang encompassed some favourites from the previous day of enduro racing, with a slippery and technical power stage to start. Some familiar faces from the previous day of racing took to the start line again, with Martin Mays, Raffaella Richter and Kevin Miguel all lining up for another huge day in the Austrian mountains.
Everything is completely different, from a super slippery terrain and then bike park super fast, so that's enduro, we love it.
After Loop 1, it would be Martin Mays in the lead by an astounding 38 seconds as he wins stages 2, 3, 4 and 5.
A ton of fun of those machines. It's a lot heavier, it's more stable, and you feel like you can attack much more. It's good for a change as well, so I'm enjoying myself. I need to go because we need to change the battery and we are 3 riders for 2 mechanics.
Mays is followed by Levi Batista in 2nd and Jose Borges in 3rd.
People said me that I'm 2nd at the overall for the moment, so I'm happy with this. Keep calm and full gas. It's crazy to stay on the bike, so right now some mistakes like everyone, but I'm still fighting for the podium.
Series overall leader Ryan Gilchrist was 25th after not breaking the top 15 on any stage so far in Loop 1.
Challenging start to the day. Very costly mistake. I'm all good. I just kind of like rode off a cliff and had to rock climb back onto the track, but now that's racing, it happens.
Diego Giordanengo would take the first power stage win of the day. Drama ensued for Germany's Raffaella Richter. A broken chain on the liaison to stage 5 would leave her late to start. Despite sitting in the lead before stage 5, she would be forced to abandon the race. Florencia Espiniera would take this to their advantage and now sits in the leading position after Loop 1.
Same as my battery now, in the last bar of energy.
Laura Charles sits in second, followed by Alia Marcellini.
Really physical, technical, super wet roads and rocks.
Despite taking the first power stage win, Sophia Wiedenroth ends Loop 1 in 4th. Loop 2 offers a different flavour to Loop 1 with much shorter and sharper and higher speed trails. Riders descend the bike park and have some short technical stages and an additional power stage. After a grueling day in the saddle, Ryan Gilchrist would finish the day in 30th position. Stage 7, the final power stage of the day, would be won by Diego Giordanengo. Kevin Miguel rode a clean second loop and took 3rd place for the day. Levi Battista held on to his 2nd place from Loop 1 and finished just over a minute back from the win in 2nd. Orbea's Martin Mays would end the day with a near-perfect result sheet. He took stage wins on all but stage 1 and stage 7 and took the overall win in style.
Who knows what happened in the future? You know, I had, like I say, tons of fun today, and I'm looking forward to race E-EDR again.
Our Loop 2 3rd place Alia Marcellini would have a battery issue right out of the technical assistance zone. Despite winning the 2nd power stage of the day, she would finish the day with 4th place overall. Sophia Wiedenroth climbed from her 4th place after Loop 1 and grabbed a podium spot with 3rd. Laura Charles continues her podium streak, who took 2nd or 3rd on every single stage of the day, showing that consistency is key. Laura Charles continuing her consistent start to the season, claiming a 2nd place overall. After an early battle with Raffaella Richter, Florencia Espiniera would make it a double win for Orbea Fox as she takes the hat-trick of the season.
It's a good relief to do already half of the season with 3 wins. It's good backup in points for the overall. That is always a main goal for me.
Florencia Espiniera leads our championship just ahead of Laura Charles in 2nd and Sophia Wiedenroth in 3rd. Jose Borges claims the top spot and overall series leader's jersey from Ryan Gilchrist, who now sits in 2nd. Hugo Pigeon flies under the radar in 3rd. What an amazing 2 days of racing here in Saalfelden Leogang, Salzburgerland for round 3 of our UCI Enduro and E-Enduro World Cup. Our elite athletes have put on an absolute show for us and we've loved every single second. As always, stay tuned to our social media channels, UCI Mountain Bike World Series and Eurosport Cycling for all the action. And then we'll see you at round 4, Combloux in France for our UCI Enduro and E-Enduro World Cup action. We'll see you trackside.